In this incredible Warriors and Wild Men video Dougcast, I'm taking you, the viewer, from that place, that slough of despond called the warm, wet womb of Wussville, and we're going to Mantown, man. Yep, time to put on your big boy britches, boys. We're gonna get you out of that millennial purple haze of effete effeminization, and yeah, we're gonna start nutting up and shutting up and becoming, like I said, big boys who slay dragons, who save nations, and who chase down their holy grail. Can you dig it? I said, can you dig it? I knew you could. And in order to do that, I have to take you by the hand, man, and sometimes kick you in the ass, take you by the hand. I'm okay with both of them because I love you. Yes, I do. And speaking of love, if somebody really loves you, they're going to tell you the truth. And I know that's what's happened in my life when I'm being sad little Dougie, who's shirking responsibility, not leading courageously, embracing passivity, and expecting nothing in life. Well, I've had this thing called shame and guilt, and what else? Oh, I had real friends who'd beat the living crap out of me and dragged me out of that pitiful, pitiful little fetal position that I was curled up in, sucking my thumb, wet my big old Christian diaper, waiting for an angel to take me to Zion. And I got off my butt and I started changing moi. And you can too. Yeah, you can do it. I can't do it for you. But OMG, can you do it? Especially, you know, and a lot of people in the self-help guru, mentor, coaching bullshit milieu that has been foisted, good Lord, upon the American collective. Everybody kind of omits God when it comes to their mentoring and their admonitions. Not me, baby. If you are in, seems like a irretractable, I don't even know if that's a word, but I just made it up one. If you're in one mel of a hess, then you're going to need God's power to get out of that, and that's where I come in. My stuff's not overly stamped with doves and fishes and precious moments figurines, but the funky bottom line bass note of all my counsel, all the wisdom that I've accrued from 55 years, well, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants that came from that book that my Spanish friends in Miami call La Biblia. Oh yeah, so here it comes. But first we got to take a little detour. I got to kind of source you out, man, to see if you're even open to leave the warm, wet womb of Wussville and go to Mantown. So I'm gonna take you through this thing called the grater. Going to start slicing some flesh and see if you'll even stick through this video series, little dinky. You ready? Now, if you look at the playlist, once we finish the series, it's not a long video series like what's those frickin' like Vikings or, you know, Suits. You know, there's 7 seasons. We're not going to do that here. This is not a long video series. It's not a long philosophical treatise about how you, the American male, morphed into a prancing candy ass. Now listen, if I don't have the time, I don't have the desire, man, to do some videos trying to pinpoint the who, what, when, where, and why, how males became sad, sackless wonders. And I'm too busy. I'm busy, man. I'm working hard. I'm playing hard. I'm trying to do that thing called leave a scar on the planet. And, you know, I don't have time for the Tickle Me Elmo reader who just needs some long, lugubrious video series or a mega detailed video series, or he's just going to throw a little hissy fit. I don't roll that way. I speak in sound bites. Now, if you need a more exhaustive tome, I've got one right here. Regarding the emasculation process of the postmodern male, then allow me to refer you to a book titled I'm a Pussy Who Likes Reading Long Books versus Actually Kicking Butt in Real Life, and it's by, I'm a Jackwagon. Yeah, that's where you can go if you need something more scientific, something more detailed. All right, numbnuts? Now, granted, this video series might be brief, but it's filled with road-tested historical wisdom and maxim guaranteed to put sand in your man John and offend you deeply, but will, in the final analysis, if believed and obeyed, these videos will produce a life that does not suck like a Husqvarna leaf blower. I guess blow, that'd be better, right? To be simple, my dear viewer, my motivation for making these videos is clear. It's simple. You ready? I'm here to find your inner child and kick his little ass, all right? Isn't that gonna be fun? I'm here to shake and bake you, brother. Doesn't that sound like it's yummy? On a serious note, this video series could be life's last wake-up call for you, all right? Could be the last one. It could be the voice of God saying, yo, dipstick, wake the heck up, or something to that effect. Hey, here's a by the way. Hold on just a sec. This is the greatest lighter ever, man. I own a bunch of lighters. All of them frickin' break. People give me lighters that, cost a couple $100. Here I am bragging on this lighter, and now it won't even work. I'll get it. If it doesn't work, I've got flint that my Indian spirit guide left me, and I'm gonna do a spark that way. Oh, look, it's working instead. All right, where was I? Before I was rudely interrupted by my penchant for cigars. Oh, by the way, it's like I said, this might be God's final wake-up call for you. And if you think I'm kidding regarding final wake-up calls, ooh, you'd be wrong, man. You know, in the Bible, God says, I gave people space or an opportunity to repent, and they didn't. Yeah, that's some scary stuff. It's not like you can change whenever or wherever. Especially if we're talking about some kind of God thing, man, where he's jacking with your life. If he's knocking at your door right now, and he's trying to get you to mature up, and WTF out of that zone of stupidity that you're in, you better pay attention. And you better make the appropriate moves, or you could miss that train going to Jordan. You know what I'm talking about? So this could be the voice of God speaking to you. By the way, when God speaks to me, and it's often, it's usually in an angry, high-pitched Chinese accent. I know it's kind of weird, but, at least he's communicating. All right, now let's move on, man. Let's move on. How do we know? How do we know if this thing's for you? If this pussification video series is for you? Okay, here we go. You ready? I got three simple ways to find out if this pussification video series is for you. All right. Number one. I'm talking to the guys in particular. You ready? You might want to sit down. How do you know? Hold on. How do you know if you're in danger of being pussified, or if you have already been pussified? You ready? Number one. You are deeply ashamed that you've flown so often to Pussville when difficult times came that you now have a lifetime platinum status on Bitch Air. Is that you? Think about it. Think about it deeply, man. Number two. Number two, how do you know if you need the pussification video series? You ready? You're more frustrated than a 13-year-old white Baptist boy at a Nicki Minaj concert. All right, number three. Yet in spite of your frustration, yea, even your anger, you still believe. And this is crucial, man. You still believe, okay? You might be frustrated like that 13-year-old Baptist boy at a Nicki Minaj concert. Woo, Lord, man, what do you do with that? You might be deeply ashamed that you've flown so often to Pussville that you now have platinum status on Bitch Air. But you still believe, in spite of all that stuff, man, you still believe that God and life has more to offer you. And this is a huge and, okay? This is how you know you're ready for the Pussification video on demand series. Y'all ready, man? And not only do you still believe that God in life has more to offer you, but you're big enough, y'all ready? You're big enough not to blame other people. Can you do that? That's a big hurdle for you to get over. Yeah, that's a large old do-si-do in the square dance of life, not blaming other people. That's one of the key principles to get your lame backside out of that warm, wet womb of Wussville. And yeah, you're big enough not to blame others, but acknowledge that your life pretty much sucks right now because you have chosen the path of the pusillanimous. What does pusillanimous mean? I don't know. Frickin' Google it. So buckle up, boy. Yeah, get ready to morph from a man-child. Woo-hoo. Get ready to morph from a man-child to this thing called a real man. It can happen to you. And also, keep these videos handy, man. Put them on your phone, tablet, or whatever. And watch them at least every 6 months because the pussy spirit, like a demon, I said like a demon, always tries to come back to the home it used to haunt. Yes, it does. And finally, send these videos to at least 5 buddies because you don't want to be hanging out with pussies, okay? And I'll discuss having pussy friends in some videos down the road. Oh, and by the way, this video series, it's muy importante. Matter of fact, you ought to rent a theater on every college campus and just push play and go through every one of these videos because it could save a nation. Oh yes, strong men who are not giddy little rouge lipstick American Idol hopefuls. Those are the ones that build great nations. Those are the dudes that build great families. And we're going to plow some hard dirt, and I'm going to sow the seeds of truth into your noggin. Stay tuned. We got more videos on demand right here on Flash TV.